A lot of times we're told, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And we're sitting there going, I know I don't want to do that. I want to please God, but how do I not do it? How do I not fall into watching stuff I shouldn't watch? How do I do that? And what I've found is if you know the why of something, it's a lot easier to get the how down. If I understand why God has said what He said, then it's easier for me to obey Him. Let me give you an example. I remember some time ago, years ago, I heard the story about a guy that was telling the story of a guy that was going through the checkout line at a grocery store. And as he was going through the grocery store, he was given $5 over what he should have been given back. And the guy knew it, he caught it, but he looked at the $5, and this guy was watching, and he saw it happen. He saw him look at the $5, and then he just didn't say anything, and he put it in his pocket. And the man telling the story said, I realized at that moment that that man's integrity was worth $5. That was the price of his integrity, $5. And, man, that story had an impact on me. He concluded it by saying, what is the price of your integrity? And so that story just stuck with me. All these years, it just stuck with me. And I remember I was doing a closing. I used to be in real estate, and I was doing a real complicated closing. And all along during my life, those things happen, don't they? Somebody gives you too much change, or there's some way that you can fudge and get by with it. But I would always hear that story, and that question would always go through my mind. Is this the price of your integrity? Have we finally reached your price? Because have you ever heard someone say everybody has their price? And so I would always hear that story. Well, I was in this closing, and it was a complicated closing. There were several pieces of property being transferred. And when I was reviewing the closing documents, everybody was happy. Everybody was ready to sign off on it. And lo and behold, there was a $50,000 mistake in my favor. And, when I saw it, for that flash of time, the heart starts racing, and oh my gosh, what could I do with $50,000? That voice is in my head. But then I heard that voice. Have we finally reached your price? Is that your price for your integrity? And so I just said, hey, I'm not thinking about this one more minute. How many know when you know to do the right thing, it's best just to go ahead and do it right then? Don't sit and think about it. Stand up and do the right thing. So I said, hey, I brought the attention to their error. And, the closing agent was like doing backwards flips that I would be honest, because it probably would be her job. And I got to share that story. And the reason I tell you that story is it's easier to do what you need to do when you understand why. That's what I believe. And I knew the mechanics of this thing was, this is my integrity. This is the price I'm putting on it. And if I look at it that way, I realize there's no way I'm taking $50,000. My name is worth more than that. My integrity is worth more than that. And so that's the way I want us to approach today when we talk about sex and we talk about controlling our bodies. I want us to understand why that's so important.